We knew that we were going to see lakeshore snowfall. We knew other parts of West Michigan could see this as well. But it really is, I think, just the culmination of the last few days where this winter weather we're seeing today is making it a little bit more impactful on the roads today.
Yeah, absolutely, especially considering that a lot of those roads out there just haven't gotten not slick in days. It's been rough consistently.
Yeah, there are a couple of side streets and back roads that I'm aware of, at least in the Grand Rapids metro area, where they are either not plowed at all or are just complete sheets of ice. And that just has to do with what has been happening over the last couple of days. I mean, we've had anywhere from quick bursts of snow, lake effect snow, system snow, what have you, since like what, Friday?
Yeah, it's just been so consistent. And then with the cold temperatures too, salt not really working, not really helping us out. That just adds insult to injury. It really does. And yeah, with the snow that's currently coming down, that's going to be adding to that impact that we'll be seeing throughout the rest of this morning, really the rest of the day, continuing throughout tomorrow morning too. So we've got more snow on the way. 13 weather impact alert in place now until tomorrow morning. Impact being from 2 rounds of snow. One this morning, another one into tonight, and lake effect during that time frame as well. That's going to be filling in some smaller totals, but those 2 rounds are really what we want to pay attention to. Slick roadways. It's already slick right now, but this is just adding to it. Also poor visibility, which is something that we've been dealing with all morning long in those areas that have been stuck with that snow. Extra travel time is needed, same as what you've needed all week long. I will say that this morning is a little bit better for some areas further inland than what we've seen the past 2 days, but it is getting a bit worse as we do continue to see that snow coming down. Our Wednesday morning commute is going to be pretty rough out the door, especially in those areas where the snow is currently falling. More of that throughout the rest of the morning and really continuing throughout much of today. 13 weather ball is blinking bright. We have more snow in sight. It is also red as warmer weather is ahead, relatively warmer at least. This view sponsored by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. Our temperatures will be rising into the upper 20s this afternoon. Hey, that's quite a bit of an improvement, but we are still sitting below freezing, so it's still going to be cold, really, no matter where you are in West Michigan. It's just going to feel a whole lot different than what we've seen the past couple of days, and a lot different than what we've gotten to this weekend, too. Enjoy it for now, because it's not lasting long. Feels like temps that are consistently staying in the teens. It's going to be a bit breezy. We're still seeing the chance for some more lake effect snowfall throughout the rest of the day. And that snow still currently funneling into some areas of West Michigan, especially looking at Muskegon, Ottawa, and Oceana counties. Winter storm warnings in those counties that lasts until 10 o'clock a little later on this morning. The rest of us seeing winter weather advisories also during this time frame. Here's where the snow is coming down currently. In Oceana County, you're actually starting to see a little bit of improvement. Same thing just further north in general towards US 10. A lot of the areas that are seeing that lighter blue color, even white, that's where we're seeing a lighter snowfall, but the darker blues is where we've got that snow coming down pretty hard. Moderate to heavy snowfall is what we've had throughout much of this morning, still lasting through Muskegon County, into Ottawa County, down along the lakeshore into Allegan and Van Buren counties too. Extending inland though, also through much of Kent County, we've been stuck with that snow throughout much of this morning and continuing to make its way a little bit further east of US 131 as well. Stopping time here, the heaviest bands, those are going to be making their way through Allegan up into Kent and Montcalm, Ionia counties, but then also some heavier bands that are still making their way through northern Ottawa County up into Muskegon County. More snow is on the way. We still are going to be seeing that taper off at least a little bit later on this morning and into the early afternoon. 1 p.m. still lingering snow showers, but it's not as widespread as what we're seeing throughout this morning. Not done yet. We've got more lake effect with strong westerly winds into this afternoon and evening. That does start to move out, but here's that second round that we're talking about. This will especially be impacting those of you that are along I-94. If you're traveling in that direction, things could be a bit dicey into tomorrow morning. This will likely stack up some totals. Now, as we head throughout tomorrow morning, still looking at the chance for some more lake effect snow showers. This will also be picking up really lake enhanced snow showers is what we would be talking about into tomorrow morning, impacting the Thursday morning commute with still more lake effect to linger throughout the rest of the day, but it is going to be a lot more scattered than what we're seeing this morning and what we'll be seeing overnight. How much snow are we expecting? Less than an inch between now and 9 a.m. So once that system snow wraps up, what's going to be giving us higher totals will be lake effect into the afternoon. 1 to 2 inches by the time that we hit this evening, stacking that up to about 3 to 4 inches by the time that we hit the overnight hours, lasting into tomorrow morning. But those of you that are along I-94 could end up getting between about 3 to 5 inches is what I would say, possibly even a little bit more than that, keeping in mind that this is in addition to what has already fallen throughout this morning and really the past couple of days too. So higher totals that we still are expecting, lake effect continuing throughout our Thursday. Down along I-94 and especially closer to the state line, would not be surprised by a couple of isolated totals that could even exceed 6 inches between now and then. It's not just the snow, though, also the cold. This is arguably more impactful as we're heading into the weekend, though, especially as our temperatures, our actual temperatures are going to be dropping well below zero. Negative teens, possibly even some negative 20s is what we're talking about Friday night into early Saturday morning. This could be some of the coldest air that West Michigan has ever seen. The record lowest temperature for Grand Rapids, negative 24 back in the 1900s, and instead we are going to be experiencing, well, unfortunately, temperatures that are very close to that. On top of that, because of breezy conditions, it's going to feel just that cold and even colder too. So it feels like temperatures today closer to the 20-degree mark, not looking so bad. Single digits throughout much of our Thursday afternoon, so you can start to see where those colder temperatures are really settling in. But then that polar vortex comes swinging through. Friday morning, feels like temps could be dropping down into the negative 20s. It's going to be even colder throughout our Saturday morning with feels like temps, wind chills that could be approaching the negative 30-degree mark. It's going to be extremely cold heading into this weekend. I would say to stay inside throughout much of your Saturday morning if you're able to. So cold temperatures, something that's going to be sticking around with us throughout the weekend and even lasting into next week. We're looking at a 13 weather impact alert at least. So this is Friday all the way through Sunday because of very dangerously cold temperatures. Dropping down into the negative teens, but feeling closer to negative 30 at times. You're going to want to make sure to bundle up, limit your time outdoors, limit any exposure. That does mean gloves, hat, scarf, winter coat. All of the layers that you can possibly think of is going to be very important this weekend with some of that coldest air that West Michigan has ever seen on the way. As for today, temperatures out near the lakeshore going to be topping out in the upper 20s. So yes, this is warmer than what we've seen throughout this week, but still staying below freezing all day long. Northern zone in the mid to upper 20s with snow showers and a little bit of a breeze out there, and upper 20s to lower 30s as well for our southern zone today. Here's a look at your 13 on your side 7-day forecast. By the time we hit tomorrow, looking at still some snow showers, but they will taper off at least a little bit more. Still, the main impact heading into the end of this week and the weekend is going to be the cold temperatures that are settling in. Finally, into next week, it does look like we could start to see a bit of improvement, some slightly milder temperatures and possibly some quieter conditions, but much of our January is still expected to stay well below average. We'll be right back.